So, you're new to Wakfu, or you're a returning player who has no idea what to make sense of all this new nonsense. Don't worry, I'm here to guide you through the key things about Wakfu that have drastically changed the game that you need to know. First, let's look at the major overhaul changes. I'm not talking about class reworks, those aren't important in comparison. Professions, emotes, quest items, teleports, quick travels, and other customization things such as costumes and pet skins are now account-wide. Hallelujah! What this means is that when one of your characters completes a long quest to get a quest item that locks off a part of the game, all of your new alt characters will start with that item. Costumes can be shared across all of your characters, and your profession levels are bound by account now. So, if your main account has level 100 Lumberjack, then that means that a new level 1 character that you make will be able to cut down level 100 trees. Pretty exciting stuff! The quality of life has been the focus of Ankama and its Wakfu updates over the last several patches, and it has been very well received by everyone. Please enjoy it. You can even change the class that you're playing on the fly up until level 30 by talking to this NPC here on the tutorial island of Re. Don't like how the class feels and you're level 25? No problem! Just talk to her and you're golden. The last big thing introduced into Wakfu that counts as a major overhaul is the ALS system. ALS stands for Adjustable Level System, and it splits the game into digestible level ranges and keeps low-level content relevant in both PvE and PvP. Players are able to compete in dungeons while keeping in the same level playing field, and PvP can be fought in multiple different level brackets. More on that later though. Now, let's look at PvE. Wakfu has a bunch of new and old dungeons, and that's to be expected about a game like this. But the newest and most important PvE change that Wakfu has introduced is the Rift system. Rifts are a PvE challenge mode that require you and up to 3 other characters to survive 40 turns of waves of monsters. At the end of the battle, you'll be rewarded with rewards based on how many monsters you've killed and earn a bonus XP and loot at the end of the fight based on how many waves you've cleared. The rifts are wave-based, meaning that from the start of the fight, you'll be fighting 4 enemies at once. Once you kill the 4th and last enemy of the wave, 4 new monsters spawn, endlessly, until you reach turn 40 and the combat stops. If you think this seems crazy, don't worry, it gets even crazier. This is a solo activity, but also a group activity, where you can take just yourself or bring up to 3 other characters not including yourself, so 4. If you venture it alone, you'll get a powerful buff that makes up for your lack of teammates, with the buff getting weaker the more party members are in the rift. All in all, a very unique and entertaining game mode, and one of the best new additions to the game as far as combat goes. Now, for my PvP-oriented people, let's touch PvP just a little bit. Open world PvP has, unfortunately, been removed, but it has been replaced with many number of methods of killing each other, so don't worry. Namely, every week on Saturday, based on what server you are on, there will be 2 battlefields. In-game, press Ctrl B to bring up the battlefields interface to find out when your battlefields are scheduled and where they will be. And if you need to know what time it is for you on the server, type out /time in your in-game chat. What are battlefields? Battlefields are huge 120 versus 120 fights between nations over a random island territory in the game. Whoever wins the fight gets the claim to the territory, meaning that if Brakmar is defending Brakmar land, but loses to the other nations, the attacking nations each have a chance to take the land for themselves. This is why making alliances between nations now is so popular, as being outnumbered would be a disadvantage. These battlefields are subject to the ALS system, so that people of low level will be able to participate in PvP against higher level players. So, for example, if you're fighting over a level 80 zone, you will all be down leveled to level 80 for the duration of the battlefield. Battlefields last a few hours and rewards crazy amount of XP and loot. There's also the Pact system that allows you to gain additional drops, but opens you up to being attacked by other PvPers. It's as simple as it sounds, and in order to collect your loot, a Pact player needs to go to an extraction point, and a server-wide message will appear to inform everyone with Pact that someone is trying to escape with their goods. This opens up an almost targeted world PvP, and can lead to some hilarious situations. Lastly, there's the Outlaw versus Guard system. If a governor puts up certain laws, such as breathing or even looking at monsters, a player may be subject to become an outlaw. Outlaws are able to be attacked by anyone of the nation that these outlaws have wronged so very much. Without getting too much into it, this opens the door for some even more hilarious situations. Did I miss anything? Wakfu has changed so much, so there are things that are bound to be important that I didn't include. Let me know and I'll make a video about them. Like the video? Please give it a thumbs up, subscribe for more Wakfu related content, and maybe leave me a comment. I've got a Patreon for anyone who wants to support me to continue making videos, and a website where I compile all the things I've made in a digestible and readable format if video watching isn't possible. You can check those out in the description. That's all for this one. Thanks so much for watching, guys. See you next time, friends!